Imagine this for a moment. You wake up one morning not with super strength, not with the ability to fly, but with a power so real, so practical, and so quietly dangerous that the most influential people in America, top CEOs in New York, political strategists in Washington, D.C., sales sharks in Silicon Valley, social media giants in Los Angeles, use it every single day without anyone realizing it. It's the power to influence people in a way that feels natural, effortless, and almost invisible. And before you even think about misusing it, understand this clearly. True influence isn't manipulation, it's leadership. It's the skill that helps people trust you, follow you, and believe in your vision. And once you learn how this works, your conversations, your relationships, your negotiations, and even the way you carry yourself will never be the same again. Because influencing people is not about talking more, it's about understanding how the human mind actually works. The first shift begins with the illusion of choice, one of the most powerful psychological frameworks used in American marketing. Americans value freedom so much that the second you try to force them, they push back. But when you offer options, 2 or 3 choices that all lead to the same desired outcome, you allow people to feel in control, even though the path was designed by you. That's why brands like Apple don't say, buy an iPhone. They say choose between the Pro Max, or the Plus. And now the question is no longer if you'll buy, it's which one you'll choose. You can use the same principle in daily life. Instead of let's go out, say let's hit Chipotle or Applebee's tonight. Instantly the human brain relaxes because the control feels shared. But the real influence begins with the yes ladder, the psychological foundation behind every American sales pitch, political debate, and business negotiation. Humans are pattern creatures, and once someone says yes once, twice, 3 times, their brain becomes conditioned toward agreement. That's why in US job interviews, recruiters first ask easy warm-up questions. They're pushing you into agreement mode. You can use it too, ethically and powerfully. Instead of asking your boss for a promotion outright, start with small yes questions. Can I join this meeting to learn more? Can I take responsibility for this part of the project? Can I handle that client call? Each yes strengthens your influence until the final request, do you think I'm ready for a promotion, feels like a natural conclusion instead of a big leap. But influence isn't just agreement, it's emotion. And that's where strategic guilt comes in. Not toxic guilt, but ethical psychological balancing. Humans everywhere, America, Asia, Europe, have one universal trait. They want to be fair. They want to return favors. They want to match energy. So when you remind someone gently of what you've done for them, hey, remember when I helped you that day? I may need a small favor now. Their brain automatically leans toward repaying. This is not about controlling someone. It's about activating empathy, reciprocity, and fairness. Every community in the USA, from workplaces to friendships, runs on these unwritten emotional exchanges. But mastering influence requires you to understand memory itself. That brings us to memory framing, the same psychological tool used by Hollywood media, American advertising agencies, and political campaigns. Humans don't remember reality, they remember the stories they repeat to themselves. Companies in the US repeat phrases like America's favorite, best in class, trusted by millions, until the brain stores these ideas as truths. You can use the same method to shape how people perceive your identity, but ethically. Instead of saying, I'm new at this, you say, I'm someone who learns fast and solves things under pressure. You repeat it in different conversations, different moments, different contexts. Slowly, people build a mental picture of you based not on your past, but on the identity you reinforce. This is how leaders are born, not by telling people what they are, but by consistently displaying the story they want others to believe. And now, we reach the single most powerful psychological weapon in the American influence arsenal: silence. A tool so underestimated that most people have no idea how strong it truly is. In a country where everyone talks, debates, argues, pitches, sells, and fights to be heard, silence becomes dominance. When someone lies to you and you stay silent, staring calmly, their mind collapses under its own guilt. When someone argues with you and you respond with controlled silence instead of reacting, they start doubting their own point. When you ask for something and then stay silent, they begin filling the silence with explanations, discounts, compromises. Your silence becomes negotiation pressure. This is why in American business meetings, the person who talks the least usually holds the highest status. Silence is strength, stability, confidence, and psychological gravity. You don't win arguments by shouting, you win them by refusing to be shaken. You don't convince people by talking endlessly, you convince them by making your words rare and meaningful. What if you want someone to confess? Don't ask directly, say, "I already know what happened," and then go silent. The human brain hates unanswered tension. They will fill the silence with truth. What if you want a discount? Don't ask, "Is 30% possible?" Say, "30% works for me," and then go silent. Salespeople fear silence. They will break first. What if someone challenges your opinion? Don't argue, hold the silence and smile slightly. The weight of your calmness shakes their certainty. And the deeper secret behind all influence, whether choice, agreement, guilt, memory, or silence, is that people are not controlled through force. They are guided through psychology. Influence is not grabbing someone's mind, it is opening a door inside their mind and letting them walk through it by themselves. That is why the most powerful influences in the USA don't seem aggressive, loud, or manipulative. They seem calm, confident, emotionally intelligent, and intentional. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. They know when to guide and when to let others feel in control. They understand freedom, emotion, memory, and trust. And now, with these 5 psychological tools, you do too. So use them carefully, use them ethically, use them to become a stronger communicator, a better leader, a more confident person. Because once you understand how human psychology works, you don't just influence people, you influence your future, your opportunities, your relationships, your success, and the way the world responds to you. This is not magic, this is not manipulation. This is the psychology that builds American leaders.